Promissory notes are crucial financial instruments, but what happens when they become invalid? In California, several factors can render a promissory note unenforceable, potentially leaving lenders unable to collect their debts. Let's explore what makes a promissory note invalid in California and how to avoid common pitfalls. First, let's briefly explain what a promissory note is. It's a written promise to repay a loan under specific conditions, including the interest rate and payment schedule. In California, these notes play a significant role in various financial transactions. One critical aspect of promissory notes is the statute of limitations. In California, creditors typically have 4 years to enforce a written promissory note. This period begins from the date a payment was due but not made. However, if the note qualifies as a negotiable instrument, the statute of limitations extends to 6 years. Now let's delve into what can make a promissory note invalid. Several factors can render a note unenforceable. Lack of essential elements is a common issue. A valid promissory note must include the names of the borrower and lender, repayment terms, interest rate, if applicable, due date, and signatures. Missing any of these elements can invalidate the note. Forgery or fraud is another serious problem. If a signature is forged or the note was created under fraudulent circumstances, it becomes void. Lack of consideration can also invalidate a note. There must be an actual loan or exchange of value to support the promissory note. Violation of public policy is another factor. If the note involves an illegal transaction, such as a loan with an unlawfully high interest rate, it can be declared invalid. Ambiguous or contradictory terms can also cause issues. If the note contains unclear language or conflicting terms, a court may rule it unenforceable. To avoid these pitfalls, be aware of common mistakes that can invalidate a promissory note. Failure to clearly define repayment terms is a frequent error. Vague or missing information about due dates and interest calculations can make the note legally unenforceable. Missing signatures are another critical mistake. The borrower must sign the note, and in some cases, the lender's signature may also be necessary. Unenforceable interest rates can be problematic. California has strict usury laws that cap interest rates on certain loans. Exceeding these limits could void the note. Improper witness or notarization can weaken the enforceability of the note. While not always required, following proper legal formalities can strengthen the document's validity. Altering terms without consent is a serious error. Any changes made to the document without the borrower's knowledge or consent could invalidate the note. If you need to enforce a promissory note in California, here are some steps to follow. Act within the statute of limitations. Remember, you have 4 years for written notes and 6 years for negotiable instruments. Send a formal demand letter for repayment. This may resolve the issue without court intervention. If necessary, file a lawsuit before the statute of limitations expires. If the court rules in your favor, you may be able to obtain a judgment to garnish wages or seize assets. Working with an experienced attorney can ensure the promissory note is correctly drafted and enforced. In conclusion, understanding what makes a promissory note invalid in California is crucial for both lenders and borrowers. By avoiding common mistakes and ensuring all essential elements are present, you can create a legally binding and enforceable promissory note. Remember to act within the statute of limitations and seek legal assistance when needed to protect your financial interests.